The KZN Future 50 with Pablo Fatidis. Inspiring KZN's business future.
It is time for KZN Future 50, and for that we have Pablo Fatidis from Auric. Good morning, Pablo.
Good morning, team.
Which business are we featuring today?
Well, it's just as well we're doing it in the traffic, because this business is all about the automotive sector, spare parts, the tyranny of it. We're going to be featuring John Hunt from Spares Boys, but he's better known as Malume John.
So please tell us what makes them special to be on the KZN Future 50.
I think we can learn a lot from them, Carmen, and there are a couple of things. Firstly, most people in business start out of necessity, and he had to start out of necessity. He got a bee in his bonnet about the cost of spare parts. Mostly when you buy spare parts, you've got to buy them through all these original equipment manufacturers, and the cost of spare parts is eye-watering. He decided he was going to tidy up, neaten up, and formalize the scrapyard industry. So out of necessity, in having to start the business with no money, he got married.
Wow, how Middle Ages of him.
And he got a gift, as one does when you get married. And the gift he got was a second-hand, broken-up old Mercedes-Benz. He stripped it down, he cleaned up the parts, and that's how a business that today stretches right across KZN into the Western Cape began. It's a lovely story of the hustle to start.
Do you want to hear the story?
I do want to hear the story. I definitely want to hear the story.
Okay, tell us the story.
Okay, so come and listen. He started this using martial art principles. He's been doing it for 35 years. And when he started it, in order to democratize spare parts and make it more affordable for all of us out there, there was massive resistance from the big car brands, which wanted to dominate the spare part business. Over 30 years he fought, and recently he got eventually into a position where there was a new piece of legislation passed. Not entirely because of John, but substantively because of John. It's called the Right to Repair Bill. It was passed last year, and what it now allows is anyone using spare parts that are quality tested and measured and assessed can do so whilst maintaining their warranties and insurance. It's a big step in opening up the industry to the benefit for all of us as cars owners, drivers, users. If you went and you bought a used spare part, a pre-owned spare part that wasn't vetted and passed, it would disassemble your warranty. But now he has processes in place to demonstrate the quality of these spare parts, where they originate from, and in buying from him, you firstly are saving a big chunk of cash, but more importantly, you're maintaining your warranties.
So, fantastic origin story, but where could the successful business be in a few years' time?
It's so important, Darren, when you start a business to love what you do, because love yields passion. Passion is fuel. Fuel is what gets you through the thousands and thousands of obstacles you face when you bring a new idea to market. John and his team have deep and extensive and wide knowledge of the entire automotive industry. They are perfectly positioned to be market makers. And what I mean by that is they sit between anyone with a vehicle that has a need for a service, whether it be for parts, whether it be for service and repairs, whether it be to value the car, whether it be to buy or sell the car. Their relationships and connections have put them in the center of this industry, and they can solve any problem car-related for you through their broad network, from a provider of spare parts to the market maker that makes our lives easier.
So tell us, what can KwaZulu-Natal do to support Spares Boys?
Let's back him. If you need anything to do with the car, engage with Spare Boys. They will point in the right direction. John is absolutely obsessed around building micro-entrepreneurs. In other words, small teams of 1 or 2 people who have an interest in the automotive industry, whether they be in outlying areas or not. He helps you build the skills, the capability to engage with customers. He helps you build the model you need to be able to offer services to people in your community around improving the performance of their cars or repairing their cars. And he has on the side, which he's done now for a number of years, supported extensively early stage entrepreneurs into the industry itself. So any engagement you have with John goes beyond the profits and benefits of Spare Boys. It goes into the automotive industry as a whole to make it more inclusive and wider reaching.
Pablo Fatidis from Auric joining us, the KZN Future 50. Thank you, Pablo.
It's an absolute pleasure. I can't wait for the next one.
So if you want to get involved, then visit the KZN Future 50 dedicated tab on our website, ecr.co.za.